Well, I can't work out if I'm in a crime scene or in a temporary spray booth. Oh, good morning. Today we are in our, well, if you ever watched Dexter, they'll say it's a kill room, but it's basically, it's my part-time spray booth.
What the hell is this? Show and tell.
I haven't had a chance to clean the floor. I did this last night. The car's still in here. It says 22nd of December. Now, obviously, you're watching this a little bit further forwards, but it's 22nd of December. It's absolutely freezing, so I can't really be rolling. Well, I can't roll the car anyway. It doesn't roll. But if I could get it outside, I wouldn't want it outside. So, and if you've seen kind of my workbench tool and whatnot, so we're going to chuck down some black gloss paint or gloss black paint 2K. Now, this is only stuff on the front end, so I'm not overly worried about it not being perfect. It should still come out good. I mean, it's cold, but we've got a heater down here, so we're going to blast a load of air in before spraying, get it kind of up to a sort of an okay temperature, because we're probably in a minus, or if not very close to a minus at the minute. And then once I've sprayed, I'm going to probably then leave it to vent for a couple of minutes and then put the heater back on again, so there's no big kaboom with the fumes. But yeah, basically that's all I'm going to be doing. It's front suspension stuff, so it's a front leaf spring, front kind of all the bits that bolt together on the front suspension. The reason I'm doing that is because I need to start assembling some of it to put it under, and I kind of want it painted rather than putting all bushes, bearings and everything in and then having to take those all back out, because you start damaging bits and bobs. So if I can get some paint on it now, I'll be able to assemble some of those bits and never have to take them apart again. So that's the plan. First things first, I'm going to have to get the heater on. Second thing is a coffee. Third thing is I'm going to have to bring everything in and key it up because it's in epoxy primer. And because it's been in epoxy for over 15 minutes, which has been in several days, you need to key it back up with some Scotch pads. So I'm going to key everything, try and work out how the hell I'm going to mount everything in one go, because I don't want to be doing this in multiple goes. Like I said, it's 22nd. I don't really want to be doing this on Christmas Day. So yeah, let's just get to it. To Scotch. Now it's all hung on there, but the problem being, I don't know whether you can see, is a lot of it's very close to each other and it's not ideal. But realistically, I don't want to be doing two lots of spraying over Christmas, because like I said, it's 22nd. It'd mean probably like the 24th I'd be able to take the stuff out of the garage and spray some in. I've got to do it all in one hit, so I'm going to have to just try and angle the gun around everything. It probably doesn't look that bad on camera. Let me just zoom you in. But when you kind of see, you've got kind of this in the way from spraying that way, and it's just, I don't know. But we're going to Scotch it, then we're going to mix up some paint, then we're going to attempt to paint it. I don't know how good this is going to turn out, but let's just go through it. Show you the setup. This is a trash setup which is going to match the quality of my workshop. Now we've gone with a friend donated a couple of these, and to be honest with you, I'm only spraying polyurethane 2K, so I'm just going to send it with a Silverline Special, probably worth about 10-15 quid from Toolstation. We've got a regulator on it, obviously, with no glass, standard, and we've got a kind of pre-filter which just allows me every now and again just to kind of touch that and just let a bit of water out, because inevitably it's so cold outside. We're going to have a heater. We're going to get water for it anyway. We've got no air dryer on the compressor. And then out of the compressor, I've got a three-way setup. Now, realistically, this still kind of lets water through to the point of here, but it does slow it down a bit. So we're going to put this into the compressor. We'll have the pipe out here, the airline out here. And then what I normally do is I'll let it drop to the floor. I'll lift it as high as I can over something. So something high in the garage, let it drop again, and kind of get some drops in. And that sometimes sort of takes the kind of water out of the air because of the weight difference. And then hopefully I'll catch it from here before it gets to here. But you're not guaranteed because all this stuff's trash. But let's plug it in, let's mix some paint, and let's fucking send it. Right, so that came out shit. Now I don't know what the problem was, but going around, obviously, well, I know my spraying technique was trash because obviously I couldn't do 50-50 overlap on any of it, but I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, it was just spraying out kind of watery shit out of the gun. Now, I kind of thought it was going to happen a little bit. I didn't think it was going to be quite as bad. I think probably there's been water sat in that airline for a while, and probably should realistically have thought about trying to flush that out, but didn't do it. Just sent it as it is. So it's a bit pants. We're going to have a look at it now, probably tomorrow. I'm going to leave it heating for like the next half hour. I'm going to just keep checking on it. Hopefully the bubbles will disappear, but I think it's water rather than bubbles. So, kill me now, basically. I mean, if it is trash, I can key it back up and give it a good coat with a proper gun on there. I don't know whether it's the gun, the airline, or just kind of the conditions. It's probably a mix of all of them, and me included. But yeah, a bit of a Debbie Downer. But yeah, I'm going to sign off now, and like a click of the fingers, you'll see either how good, or more likely how bad the paint came out. Can't even click. All right, click. So this is where we are at. Now, obviously, at the moment in time, you'll be able to see by sticking my hand on it, it's tacky. There are a few bits of kind of dirt and debris in it. There was inevitably going to be, it's a dirty garage. And there are a couple of water spots, annoyingly. Now, this is a polyurethane paint. It's basically a bed liner, essentially, and it's come out of a 1.5mm gun. So I don't think any of this setup was perfect to begin with. So the plan was, realistically, if I wasn't happy with it, I was going to scotch it all back. And I may still do this once it's fully cured in a few days' time, and go over with some very, very good quality. I've got it up there in the blue and red tin. Some very, very good quality clear coat 2K, which will go over the top of this. I was just going to scotch it all back and shoot some clear over the top. However, I kind of think it's good enough for kind of vehicle suspension, because inevitably it's all going to get chipped. And additionally, you're going to see casting marks and stuff anyway. Like, take, for example, the drop beam. You can see behind where that's not the paint, that is the beam itself, obviously, where it's been kind of dropped. And you're going to get those kind of marks. Anyway, it does look very authentic. It does look old school. And we don't realistically need a great finish on it. So it's not really an excuse. Well, that could be, I suppose. But I think it's good enough. I'd give it probably a solid 7 out of 10. And only because this is the conditions I'm spraying in. If this was a spray booth, I'd be back to the drawing board and redoing it. But we're working in this. I mean, you could just see how thick everything is with dust. Like, you're never getting a good finish in here anyway. So yeah, like front suspension, we'll leave it over Christmas. We'll come back to it in a few days. We'll assess what we're doing. We're either going to shoot a clear after scotching it back up, or we're going to leave it as it is. And I'm virgin on the thought process of just kind of leaving it as it is. So plan was to wait until after Christmas, but I've come out next day and I've just had to have a look. Now it's freezing cold. but it's actually better than I thought it was going to be. So I'm going to spin the camera around, let you have a look. And yeah, I don't even think I'm going to clear coat them. So I thought I'd have a quick look, and to be honest with you, I'm happy how it's turned out. In all honesty, it turned out better than I thought it was going to yesterday. Now, obviously, there is a bit of texture to it. It is a PU, basically. It's a bed liner. It's like a type of rubberised type coating. Now, there are obviously a few kind of bits that kind of need denibbing if it was kind of on a car, but with it being suspension components, it's pointless because it's all going to get chipped, it's all going to get worn, it's all moving around and stuff. So I'm kind of really happy with how it's turned out. Like, it's obviously got orange peel on it. It wasn't painted the best. It's come out of a pants gun. There's a bit I've missed, but we won't mention that. But yeah, it's decent. Like, I think it's all right quality. Like, for what it is, I'm happy with it. So yeah, we'll go with that. We'll mix a little bit of paint up and dab that in. It's not really an issue, but yeah, happy. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you next video, hopefully. Peace out.